The song Wish List is like that chorus. I don't know if you've seen the movie Happy Gilmore, but he has this happy place, like where he goes into this utopia of this is exactly what he would want. And this is where he escapes to mentally in times of stress, pressure, anxiety, or chaos. And that chorus of that song is me just describing what my happy place is.
You know, you've made so many people happy, Taylor, with the release of this record.
The fans are unbelievable. I don't even know how to thank them for what they've done this week and for how much they've loved this music and how they've just like immediately gotten it.
Taylor Swift recently sat down for an intimate conversation about her latest album, The Tortured Poets Department, where she delved deep into the creative process behind one of her most introspective works. She explained how the opening track explores the modern cultural phenomenon of emotional detachment and the pressure to appear indifferent. Swift described how she wrote about trolling and the exhausting performance of pretending not to care when everyone actually cares deeply about something. The pre-chorus reveals her more authentic voice as she confesses to being afflicted by terminal uniqueness and dying from trying to seem cool. This represents a complete flip from the assimilated voice she uses throughout the first verse, where she speaks in the way culture tells us to be. Swift drew parallels between herself and showgirls who embody an old-school toughness by smiling on the outside, while potentially having storms raging in their personal lives. She explained that for audiences, the work appears as glitz and glamour, but they have no idea about the tremendous effort required to make everything feel frivolous and effortless. This kind of resilience became something Swift aspired to during the 2.5 years she spent preparing for and executing her exhaustive tour. However, she noted a cultural contradiction where society encourages discussing softness, sadness, and feelings of hurt, but simultaneously creates an aversion to expressing desires for love or admitting you need anything or anyone. People are expected to accidentally stumble into love and accidentally end up on vacation rather than openly wanting these things. This connects to what Swift calls cautious discretion, which she describes as a heavy burden to take on at a young age, forcing you to check every move before making it. The interviewer referenced a particular photo of Swift and her fiancé driving away in his convertible as a moment that symbolized abandoning cautious discretion. Swift laughed and said, her family members had the same reaction, expressing that this carefree happiness was all they ever wanted for her. She acknowledged that anyone in her position and industry must carefully think through every single thing they say before saying it. Meeting Travis allowed her to feel like she could be a person who could have romantic whims and dreams. The song, Wish List, exemplifies this transformation with verses that were fun and funny to write, but a chorus that becomes deeply sincere. Swift compared the chorus to Happy Gilmore's Happy Place, describing it as her personal utopia, where she escapes mentally during times of stress, pressure, anxiety, or chaos. If you're enjoying these behind-the-scenes insights into Taylor's creative process, make sure to subscribe for more exclusive artist interviews. When discussing fan reactions, Swift expressed amazement at how quickly and completely her audience understood the new music. She explained her approach to processing both the mathematical success and genuine human interactions surrounding album releases. Swift welcomes the chaos following the rule of show business that during the first week of an album release, any mention of her name or album title helps regardless of context. She maintains deep respect for people's subjective opinions on art, refusing to be the art police and acknowledging everyone's right to feel exactly how they want. Swift views entertainers as mirrors reflecting back what audiences are experiencing in their own lives. She loves seeing fans evolve in their relationship with her catalog, noting how life experiences change which albums resonate most deeply. Some fans transition from not relating to Reputation to it becoming their favorite after going through similar experiences, while others shift from being fearless fans to obsessing over Evermore. This long-term perspective drives Swift's focus on legacy when creating music, knowing she's building something meant to endure. The album cover and accompanying video she directed contained over 100 Easter eggs that she meticulously planned and checked off during the production design process. These Easter eggs point toward current art, past creations, or future projects, creating an interconnected canon that fans actively decode. Swift feels honored by fans' investment in this puzzle-solving aspect and continues planning elaborate clues as long as the audience finds joy in discovering them. regarding personal growth and what the album allowed her to leave behind. Swift explained that creating this record fulfilled a career-long desire to showcase her playful, mischievous, flirty, and humorous personality. Many people who meet her in person realize she's known primarily for serious, cathartic, or breakup songs, despite joy being a huge part of her actual personality. The album captures who she is in this moment while paying homage to the most important period of her life, the exuberance and electricity of the Eras tour. She expressed immense pride in the songcraft, melodies, lyrics, stories, and the playful approach of going in and out of character while experimenting with different speaking styles. Her collaborative process with Max Martin and other writers involves stream of consciousness creativity, with constant recording as they sing lines back and forth, questioning previous choices and building ideas in real time. Swift recently released voice memos from these writing sessions, allowing fans to hear the organic development of songs as they happened. Subscribe now to catch more exclusive content about your favorite artists and their creative processes. During her Tonight Show appearance with Jimmy Fallon, the atmosphere crackled with unprecedented energy as Fallon could barely contain his excitement, calling her the mother of all guests. He joked about listening to her album so obsessively that he was starting to develop feelings for Travis Kelce himself. The Roots abandoned their usual professionalism, declaring they were there specifically for Swift, prompting Fallon to throw out his typical show format. Swift's entrance wearing a sparkling retro-inspired dress created an electric moment as she appeared both as a global superstar and an approachable friend you'd want to share secrets with. Her latest album had already shattered streaming records within days of release, featuring spectacle-filled tracks with massive choruses, confessional lyrics, and irresistibly catchy hooks. The conversation took an unexpected turn when Fallon brought up Swift's newfound obsession with bread making, which started as a relaxation technique between tour shows. Swift revealed that her tour bus had become a makeshift bakery, and she'd convinced numerous stadiums worldwide to install bread machines in their green rooms. What began as casual hobby evolved into naming her sourdough starters after ex-boyfriends, including ones called Harry and Joe, plus others too controversial to mention publicly. Fallon produced a warm loaf wrapped in checkered cloth, asking if she really traveled with bread everywhere. Swift confirmed it served as her emotional support loaf for unexpected moments requiring carb-based pep talks. Discussing her engagement, Swift described Travis's proposal as anything but subtle, involving a marching band, handwritten poem, and naturally a breadbasket. She appreciated how well he knew her, while acknowledging the spectacle matched his personality perfectly. Despite the comedy, Swift revealed vulnerability, discussing fame's pressures, the challenge of living publicly, and how writing her album forced her to confront personal boundaries. She explained the album explores what happens when lights go out, examining loneliness, anxiety, and hope that someone sees the person underneath rather than just the showgirl persona. This honest moment created rare silence as the audience leaned forward, captivated by her willingness to share insecurities as compellingly as any chart-topping single. To lighten the mood, Fallon challenged Swift to an impromptu bread-making contest, resulting in flying flour, messy dough, and endless bread puns. Swift diplomatically praised Fallon's valiant effort, while privately suggesting he stick to comedy. As the show concluded, Fallon marveled at the loudest audience response in Tonight Show history, while Swift blew kisses and jokingly reminded everyone to feed their sourdough starters. The episode defied all expectations, combining music, laughter, love, and bread into an unforgettable late-night television moment. Viewers left with the sense that anything becomes possible when Taylor Swift enters the building. If her next album proves half as entertaining as this appearance, the world can expect another irresistible slice of Swift magic that continues to captivate audiences across all mediums and platforms.